Hey everyone, it's me, BDB, and I'm here to review the first episode of Spy Family! By the way, there will be spoilers in this video, so, you've been warned. I've never read the Spy Family manga, but once it was announced it was getting an anime, I seen the hype and excitement behind it. I already knew then. When this comes out, I've got to give it a go straight away, which I did. So what can I say about the first episode of Spy Family? Well, it's wholesome and funny. If you love wholesome and funny stuff, the anime is definitely for you. And in this first episode, we get introduced to a man of 100 faces, Twilight, now known as Loid Forger, and his adopted daughter, Anya. Now, one of the things I liked was pretty close to the start when we get introduced to Mr. Twilight, where he is at this point known as Robert. He's having a nice dinner in a restaurant with his girlfriend Karen, when out of nowhere, a table across from them, a man proposes, and oh my god, so happy and everything. Karen is about to ask, when do you think? And well, Robert goes, yeah, I think we should break up. I find no intelligence in your conversation, and walks out. She makes a scene while your man's still down on his knees, and proposal's there. So a proposal has happened on one side, and a breakup has happened on another. I was like, the timing, Robert. We see Mr. Twilight on a train reading a newspaper. And the newspaper has an encrypted code in it, telling him about his next mission, about a man that doesn't go out very much, but only goes to the events that his kid's school puts on. So these special social events, that's the only time he really appears. And this is the man he needs to take down. Now, we know Twilight is a man of 100 faces, but pretty sure he can't make himself look like a kid. So in the mission, he has been told he must get a family. Twilight takes this news moderately well by ripping the paper in half and shouting, "You expect me to produce a child in 7 days?" Which no man's sperm can do at all. Not at all. I'm pretty sure no one can have a child in 7 days. Now, this is where we find out where he's changed his name from Robert to Loid Forger when he gets a new apartment, a family apartment. So if he cannot produce a child within 7 days, how is he meant to get one? Well, simple, an orphanage, which we see him go down to, and it looks like it's run by a drunk twat who couldn't give a crap about these poor kids that live there. So Loid says he needs a kid that can read and write. Enter Anya, the most intelligent one there who can read and write. When Loid is looking at Anya, he's seeing himself, I need a kid 6 years old, because that's the age you can enter the school. He says she looks 4 or 5. He's thinking all this, by the way, and Anya goes, 6, I'm 6. How did she do that? How does she know what he was thinking? Because she has a power of telepathy. Which, I'm just like, this is gonna make for peakness. Like, whatever he's thinking, she's gonna be able to read. But that's whenever she wants to. It's not like it's all the time, but it's gonna lead to so many great episodes. Hands down, I know that already. And to show her intelligence, well, she gets a crossword puzzle on a newspaper, and Loid is thinking, this would be challenging for a kid, but for me, it'd be extremely easy. One down, this, and he's thinking all the answers, and she's listening to all the answers. She's just writing every single one of them down and gets it absolutely correct. So he takes Anya. And one thing about Anya is, in this episode, and what I've seen in the trailers and everything, her facial expressions are probably some of the best I've seen in anime for a character at all. Like, I love them from crying to shocked to grinning and everything. I'm just like, her facial expressions are bloody brilliant, and they just had it for this little kid. So I think to me she's gonna be the star of this whole show. Now while Anya and Loid are out and about going to get shopping, Anya's kind of attracting a bit more attention than Loid would like. At one point, she's going to, I believe it is a poster. She's paying with wrong money, a little amount, not enough for the poster. And Loid's thinking to himself, huh? Was that puzzle just a fluke? Is she actually stupid? Huh? Maybe I can send her back and get another kid. Like she starts crying her heart out and everything. But of course, there is a reason for that, and we'll find out later why. The next day, Loid is going out and says, Anya, you're staying there, I'm going out, that's just it. And about 4 or 5 times, Anya has left the apartment, but Loid has seen her at each point, and she's just having fun. That her papa can find her at any point, which leads to him putting into the apartment and barricading it shut. So Loid meets a guy called Frank, and, well, he gets the exam questions for the school. And he got some background on Anya. No date of birth, no age, not much. Only that she's been adopted 4 times and brought back each time. So now you can see why Anya was crying when Loid thought about bringing her back. She doesn't want to be brought back again. I doubt anyone would want to be brought back to a horrible orphanage. Now what's weird about this is that she's been adopted 4 times and brought back 4 times. Loid goes through the names, so the last name is different each time, but he only mentions 3 of them. That's it. So, what was the last one? Was she brought back so fast that there was no time to even have her have a last name? Or will we find out down the road? I'm intrigued. I don't know if anyone else picked up on that, but I was going, where's the last name? Now, thanks to Anya's telepathy, she was able to get into Loid's spy equipment. Because he had it all locked up, had a code on it, and Anya was able to listen and get that code. So she's going through his spy equipment, opens up the briefcase, and what I believe is to be a Morse code device for sending messages. Well, she presses buttons and everything. She just presses buttons, she don't know what she's doing. And, well, it turns out she sends a message, which I'm very surprised that actually at all makes sense. Well, unfortunately, it's being wiretapped. It's being listened to by enemies, of course. The message that she accidentally sent out was, Twilight here, catch me if you can, which aggravates the big bad boss here, and which also just reminded me of the movie Catch Me If You Can. Man, what an old ass movie, I need to watch that again. But because of that, the men that were listening were able to infiltrate the apartment and kidnap Anya. So, Anya thought Spy was boring. Well, now she's made it a whole lot more interesting for herself just by pressing a few buttons. When Loid gets back, he notices something weird, goes into the apartment and everything, and he's able to fight off the guys, and he realizes Anya is gone, and then he's going, well, maybe, she's not important, I can just get another kid, and a guy comes from behind, and whack! Melbar at the back of the head. And then we see this guy bring Loid's body to the warehouse, to the boss. Throws him down the ground. There's Anya in a shopping cart. Well, they don't call Twilight the man of 100 faces now, do they, for no reason? Because they take the brown sack off your man, and, well, it's their own guy. Loid just happens to be dressed up as one of their own guys, and he's already gotten Anya, and he's gone. He's booted it. He's run out of the warehouse, leaves Anya down, gives her a piece of paper, and says, look, head down that way, go to the police box, now you'll be safe. Now she already knows it's her papa because she's already been reading his mind and everything. And then she reads his mind again, and his thing is that he wants to keep her out of this mission, out of this danger, because no kid should have to go through this. Which I'd say for a spy is very rare to have such emotions to be shown. Because I guess as a spy you don't get emotionally attached to the people you are within the mission. Now Anya runs down towards the police box, and Loid goes back in, finishes off the work that he had set up, and then leaves the warehouse. Walks down the street, and just who happens to be waiting for him? Anya! She runs up to her papa and everything because there was no way she was leaving. That piece of paper was going to try and help her get to a better orphanage than she was already in. But she already knows that he's a spy and everything, and she's happy enough to stay with him. She goes along with his lie and everything, especially with him saying, "Oh yeah, I was just going shopping, but it turns out it's closed." And she still calls him a liar in her own head again, which is absolutely true because he is a liar. But it's so wholesome, it's beautiful, I love it. Like, I thought the spy guy was gonna be a bit more harsh, but no, he's really opening up to Anya, and I think that's wonderful. I love it. Now it's time for Anya's time to shine in the entrance exam for the school. Except for her telepathy lets her down. Well, her telepathy doesn't let her down. It's the kids that are around her that let her down. Because most of them, some are going eeny, meeny, miny, mo, or they're going, I don't know the answer to these questions. And she just like, oh my god, what? They don't know the answers. I can't use them. But it's a good thing that Loid had her go through the exam questions and study them. Because she absolutely passes. And Loid, like a real proud father, a real proud papa, lifts her up and everything. And I'm just like, that is just such a sweet moment right there. And, well, he relaxes and he faints. Because he actually let his body relax. So, and then Anya is like, don't die, Papa, don't die, stay. And now we see the Forger family in their brand new home. Because they couldn't go back to the other apartment. Because, well, the bad men knew where they were and everything. So, they got a new apartment. Postman comes along, gives the mail to Anya as Loid is on the couch asleep. She snuggles up to him. Lasts maybe about 5 seconds because Loid gets up. Like, are you trying to kill me? I'm like, she's just snuggling up to you, bruh. Calm down. It's sweet. It's wholesome. She hands him the letter and it's from the school. Saying Phase 2 is now in action. Where both parents must show up for a meeting. It is necessary that both parents show up for a meeting. There's just one little problem. There ain't no mama about. You got no waifu. And I'm pretty sure there isn't an orphanage where you can go and adopt a wife. So what is Loid to do now? I guess we're gonna find out in the second episode! I really did enjoy this first episode, and like I said, just see a spy who usually keeps his emotions in check, let his guard down around this little kid where he can, almost probably be like a proper father figure. Be a proper father in general to Anya, especially when he lifted her up after the, her exam, passing it, and then also getting her out of trouble and going, look, I just get her out of this mission altogether, He could have just thought of her as another tool or anything and just not cared. Hell, he didn't even have to go and rescue her, but he did. He put his own life in danger. So I definitely can't wait to see more of this wholesomeness, and especially the comedy. The comedy is top notch. Very good. And especially finding out more about Anya's past. There was a bit shown here in this. I won't say it. Okay, I know I said this would be spoilers, but I'm going to leave that part out because you should watch it. You should keep watching it. Of course, I will continue to watch this weekly. But I want to know, will you continue to watch this? Will you even start it now after this review, this amazing, terrific review? And if you haven't already started, what did you think of it? Did you enjoy it? If not, why didn't you enjoy it? If you did enjoy it, what was your favorite part of it? Also, if you've read the manga, what part can't wait to be animated? Because there's a lot of mangas out there and people are going, I can't wait for this panel to be animated, this panel to be animated. Do you have a certain section of the manga that you really want to be animated? If so, let me know down in the comments below. Let's talk about it. We're getting 12 episodes this season. We're getting 13 episodes in autumn, I believe. So, we got a lot to talk about. But, for now, that's it from me. BDB. I will see ye later.